This is About to Blow session with the multi-talented Robert Glasper.
Yo, what up?
I want to get straight into like musical history and I'll talk about your mum and stuff. I want to ask you, was she your first greatest musical inspiration?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. She's my first musical inspiration. Used to go with her to the clubs and stuff when I was like 3, 4 years old. She was a vocalist and used to play in all the not hip hop, but all the jazz clubs and the funk clubs and R&B stuff. And so I used to go with her to those clubs and stuff. Because she basically raised me on her own, you know. So she didn't really like do the babysitter thing very much.
Yeah.
So as a result of me always being with her around music, I just became, you know,
involved with it.
Yeah, engulfed in it. So that was totally a big chunk of my musical presence from her. I got accepted to this high school called the High School for Performing and Visual Arts in Houston, Texas. Other great people went there, like my best friend Brian Michael Cox is an R&B producer. Beyonce went there with me.
Was you friends back then?
Hmm?
Yeah? Good friends?
Yeah.
Still good friends?
Yeah, I mean, I never see her, but yeah. I see Beyonce like once every 2 years or something.
Oh,
but
cool.
There's no beef, so we're still cool. I'm really close with Solange.
Oh, cool,
you know,
cool.
yeah, because I knew Solange. She was like a little girl coming to.
You seen her grow?
Coming to high school. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And my cousin Latoya Luckett was in Destiny's Child, so you know, I known her for a while. But that high school, you know, that's kind of where I really started honing my skills in jazz, because it has a, you know, specialized classes: jazz combo class, jazz big band class, jazz theory, jazz harmony, jazz, you know, all these things. So it really prepared me.
I bet, yeah.
A lot. So basically, when I got a full scholarship to a college in New York, and when I got to college, I took a test. I canceled out of all their classes my first year. So I was in my last year, my first year.
Oh, really?
In college, yeah. They didn't have any more music classes for me. So after I was a freshman, they literally had no more classes. So I just took all these elective courses just to get through, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's how prepared my high school got me, you know, for.
I bet it was a great place for everyone to just vibe off each other and.
Yeah, totally. A lot of talented guys went there. I went to school with Bilal.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
That's where I met. We met the first day of high school. of college. The very first day of college, and I met half of my band at college too. So
I also want to ask you how a project like Black Radio comes together. I mean, how do you logistically and creatively pull it together to have the final product?
I try to do real, actual collaborations, meaning like
not over the computer, like
no computer use. I mean, you use computers for things, but musically, what you're hearing, everything is played live all the way through. Like if the song's 6 minutes, I played that piano loop for 6 minutes. You know, I really want that sound and that organic vibe to be there, and so people to know, hey, we played this for 6 minutes. It sounds like a loop that you can easily play in 10 seconds, but this is us playing it over in every bar. The drummer, myself, the bass player. You know, I feel like we play all styles authentically. When we play them, we play them authentically. And when we decide to separate it and play them separately, when we play hip hop, we're the best hip hop band.
Yeah.
When we play jazz, arguably, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Arguably, we're the best jazz band. And same thing with R&B, same thing with soul music. You know what I mean? Like, arguably, you know, we don't have a bunch of guitars, so we're not like rock guys. But you know what I'm saying?
You're organic and like human.
Yeah,
style.
we pay attention to detail in every genre of music. You gotta pay attention if you're gonna represent a genre. Do homework.
Who was the most talented, influential, inspirational artist that you've worked with on both of those projects? It's a big question, I know.
Yeah, I can't say the most talented. They're all so talented or inspiration. I mean, I gotta say, like on the first one, it was really cool. Dope working with Erica.
Yeah.
Erykah Badu, specifically because it was a jazz standard, Afro Blue, and she's never sung jazz before. That was her first time singing jazz. Yeah, she's never really sung jazz.
I'm surprised at that.
Me too. And so we talked about it. Hopefully we'll get it together, but I'm gonna produce a jazz record on her.
I regard you as one of the artists who's kind of bridging the gap between R&B and jazz at the moment. I mean, not many artists are doing that for a universal audience.
Right.
So, are there any other artists you feel like are doing the same thing?
The same thing?
Yeah, or similar for jazz music and soul music?
Christian Scott.
Yeah.
You know, he's doing he's doing a good job at what he's doing, because he's, you know, he's a straight ahead jazz player, but his music crosses over and people love it, and it has rock elements and hip hop elements, all these other elements in it. So I feel like he's one of the ones pushing the envelope. You know what I mean? Not many past that.
Yeah, it's good though.
At least that I know of.
Giving that kind of innovation to like neo soul and soul music and jazz, which I mean is respected but kind of lost with the generation that coming up. I mean, it's good that what you're doing.
Exactly.
It's kind of like putting it out there as a.
Exactly. And people are so funny. People say, "Yo, you're the future of jazz." It's like, no, jazz is so far behind.
Yeah.
I'm the present of jazz. But it's so far behind, it seems like the future of jazz. But
it's good, man. Makes sense.
Yeah, you know, it's just being relevant now, being who I am now, being me now. That's it.
So what can people expect from your show, like, for someone who hasn't been before?
Right. Like it's very spontaneous. Like, it's called the Glasper Experiment because literally 50% of the show is made up. We don't know what the hell. Like, we really make up stuff on the spot, but we listen and engage with each other so well that you would think a lot of the stuff you're hearing is something we came up with beforehand, and it's a part of the show.
Is that because the band gels together so well?
We gel together and we listen so well. My bass player may do something and everybody listens, catches on, boom, now we're doing it.
You must get carried away quite a lot then in the whole groove of things, like just carry on with grooves and then just...
Oh man, totally. We'll sit there on the groove for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Easy. Especially if the crowd's into it too. I like watching the crowd because you know, people paid their money to come see you. So if I look in the crowd, everybody's on their iPhone, I know I'm doing something wrong.
Or they're the wrong concept.
Yeah. I've had that happen. I'll be taking you know, because with this black radio thing, I come from a jazz background. Started doing black radio, I started getting a whole different kind of audience, mixed with the musician audience, but a whole another type of audience where it's just like regular people, like regular women, not jazz women. Regular women that will go to a Chris Brown concert, come to the show, and if I find myself zoning out in the jazz solo, I'll look up and you'll see them girls like going through their phones. I'm like, oh, let me switch this around.
Yeah.
Let me do. You know what I'm saying? So I try to make everybody happy.
It's good to talk to you.
Yep. Thank you, bro.
Cool, man. Thanks, man.